Thank you very much. And it is indeed a pleasure to be back here in my hometown, Vancouver, and to see so many old friends. And it is also an honor to have been asked by the Public Policy Forum to present or to introduce the award for Michael Harcourt. Mike and BC is a province where everybody calls it Premier by the first name. At least they certainly did when Mike was the Premier. And Mike and I go back a long ways, back to our municipal days, when he was a member of the big city mayors and a huge champion for social housing. And then I had the privilege of serving as a deputy minister of a special ministry of housing that Mike established as Premier in order to set up new housing programs in this province to save the Portland Hotel and to make the first round at trying to save Woodward's, which later was a success. But I must say that paying tribute to Mike Harcourt is really a tough challenge because it's actually been done to death. Mike has been lauded with a raft of distinguished awards and honorary degrees, and I think pretty well everybody in this room knows his bio. So one thing I did notice is that a couple of years ago, Mike wrote a book along with Ken Campbell called City Making in Paradise, 9 Decisions That Saved Vancouver. And that gave me the idea to put together 9 decisions that make Mike Harcourt a superb candidate for this award on leadership in public policy. The very first decision was that he took time away from basketball to enter politics at a most formative and, I would say, idealistic time in one's life, high school. Mike was the president of the student council at Winston Churchill High School. And then a second really important decision was to keep the Fu Manchu mustache after law school and go on to establish Vancouver's very first storefront legal clinic, where I think his understanding of community was grounded. And then the next decision was choosing to be very hands-on about making Vancouver the kind of city that he wanted it to be by running for city council. And then he went on to decide to use his time as mayor to pioneer urban planning approaches that made sure that Vancouver was kept as livable as it was when he was growing up, all at the same time as putting Vancouver on the international stage by sponsoring Expo 86. And then a next big decision of Mike's was to not only get ready to boogie as a new premier, but also to get serious about sustainable land use in British Columbia by setting up CORE and also by kick-starting the treaty process in this province. Then decision number 6 was deciding to do something that is absolutely unique in political life, and that is resigning from office over the burning issue of the day, Bingo Gate, an issue that Mike had absolutely nothing to do with. Now that was a decision. And then the 7th big decision, and possibly the most important one, was the decision to convince Becky to marry him. Becky and Mike have been together for 40 years, and she's served as a soulmate and a very supportive partner. But probably most importantly, she was instinctive enough on that fateful day back in 2002 to go looking for her husband and saved his life. Decision number 8 was Mike's decision to carry on tirelessly in public service in his post-political life, advancing issues that he had believed in since high school, about how to build livable and inclusive cities, to prepare for his oft-referred reference to the human tsunami, And he continues on to this day at working at eliminating homelessness in Vancouver, which is something that would really make this city livable. And the last decision is just choosing to be a courageous life force in this country, a model for overcoming adversity and bringing voice to the need for public policy that empowers social, economic, and environmental progress. Mike is somebody who really gets sustainability. So Mike Harcourt, we salute you this evening with deep respect and affection for these inspired decisions that make you an ideal candidate for the Peter Lougheed Award for Leadership in Public Policy. Thank you.